Sooner shock, how Texas Tech defeated OU at home.
The Oklahoma State Cowboys have a record winning streak. We analyze the latest victory for the Pokes.
Turning a hobby into a profit, how one Edmond woman is transferring her love of horses into a successful business.
And Halloween is right around the corner, how the Oklahoma City Zoo is celebrating. That's all coming up next on NewsOK TV. This is NewsOK TV.
This is NewsOK TV. Hey everyone, welcome to NewsOK TV, a weekly program where we feature just a few of the numerous videos available on NewsOK.com. I'm Dave Morris.
And I'm Angie Bruss. Numerous is obviously an understatement. We have millions.
22,000, I think. 23 maybe.
Yes. Now, lots of people are talking about the Oklahoma Sooners' first loss at home since 2005. Who's to blame? Our sports reporters break down the game for you.
Ready, hot.
A shocking development in Oklahoma's bid for a national championship. The Sooners lose at home to Texas Tech. I'm Barry Trammell along with OU beat writer Mike Baldwin. Sooners fall to Texas Tech 41-38. Ends the 39-game winning streak at home. Bob Stoops 75-2 at home before tonight. But Texas Tech won this game because it was the better team.
They got 570-some yards, 17 plays of 10 or more yards. It wasn't just a couple big plays. All night long they were gashing with some runs, some long passes. It got so bad that they had to move Aaron Colvin from safety to corner to get Gabe Lynn out of the game. Offense, they deserve as much blame as well. Guess what? They had 7 3-and-outs if you count Broyles' fumble as a 2-and-out being one of those. So they constantly were putting the defense back on the field. And special teams, oh, by the way, you want to talk kickers? He misses 2 tonight, and that's a big difference late in the game, especially when they're trying to rally from an unfathomable deficit. So you can blame every part of the game, Barry.
Well, it was a disaster from the start. Sooners at 7-7 through one quarter. Michael Honeycutt misses a field goal from 39 yards on the first play of the second quarter. And then Tech dominated a quarter like few teams have ever done against Bob Stoops. 17-0 the rest of the quarter. Big deficit in total yards for the Sooners that quarter. 24-7 at halftime. And then Tech comes out and adds another touchdown in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Sooners were uphill the rest of the night.
Yeah, and what reminds me a little bit, as I wrote a little bit in the Sunday paper, was remember it's a different kind of game. 16-13 Bedlam a decade ago was different, but it was a 28-point underdog again. Ruined national title hopes. I mean, this probably knocks them out of the race. They have a teeny hope of a bunch of teams lose, but their chances go way, way down. After the game, they're just flabbergasted. They have no explanation on why this happened. A little flat during the week, a couple guys hurt, but they just Texas Tech flat out beat us, is what most of the players and coaches said. How surprised are you, and how much would you compare it to Bedlam in 01?
Well, I mean, I'm just as stunned because I didn't think there's any way OU could lose either one of these games. When you're a 28-point favorite, you should win. Now, this Tech team is better than that Oklahoma State team, but this is not a great Tech team. This is not a vintage Mike Leach Tech team. This is just a team that is trying to find its footing under Tommy Tuberville, and tonight it did. Seth Doggy, the quarterback, very solid. The defense made plays. This was a good win for the Tommy Tuberville building project.
Yeah, this may get them a bowl game. It was looking like they could go 5-7, 6-6. This should probably put them at 6-6 once they get the other Iowa State win that probably get down the road. And remember now, they did the little things. You mentioned 2 of those. Guess what? Their kicker hit field goals tonight, and that ended up being a difference in the game. Where do you think OU goes from here? I mean, the national title hopes were probably all but gone. But if you run the table, you win the Big 12 because you'd beat OSU in the tiebreaker. You get to go back to a BCS bowl, but they put so much emphasis on winning a national title this year with Lewis coming back, Broyles coming back. How do you think this team will rebound from this emotionally?
Well, I think they'll probably rebound fine. I mean, Bob Stoops' teams generally do come back and play well after defeats. He's won several Big 12 titles after upset losses early in the year, including last season he did it twice. But losing at home is different. It's one thing to go to Columbia, to College Station, and lose in a discouraging way. To lose at home to me was a very bad signal for this team, and we really hadn't seen it coming because they had been dominant at home. So next Saturday will be a character test at Kansas State. the Wildcats probably ranked ahead of Oklahoma now. So
we all had that about 2 months ago, right? Kansas State would be ranked higher when they played in Manhattan.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's going to be a definite character test, and we'll see how these guys respond. Hey, stay tuned for further OU football coverage every day in the Oklahoman and here on NewsOK.
And OU travels north to take on Kansas State at 2:30 this Saturday. The game will be televised on ESPN.
The Oklahoma State Cowboys took on the Missouri Tigers for what some might have thought would be a tough road win, but it ended up just an easy one. The Oklahoma's Jenny Carlson and Gina Mizell analyzed the Pokes' victory.
This is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Gina Mizell. We're in Columbia, Missouri, where today Oklahoma State has defeated Missouri 45-24. Gina, another tough road opponent, another tough road win for the Cowboys. How do these guys keep doing it?
Well, we've always talked about it this whole season, just that this team has a lot of maturity, it has a lot of experience, and they're a really good football team. And now it's 9 wins in a row for the Cowboys, and that's the second longest streak in the nation. And they just keep not being, intimidated by any environment. I think this game was, a lot of people thought this would be a close game. They thought that OSU was maybe on upset alert, but they just came out and took care of business. They did a great job offensively. It was passing in the first half, it was running in the second half, and forced 4 more turnovers, which is what this defense has done all year.
Well, let's talk about offense first of all, because that's what this team is really built around. You mentioned the fact that they passed most in the first half. Then they had some wide receivers get hurt. They go with the run game, and it's just as effective. Talk a little bit about the day Joe Randall had, because it was almost a historic day.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns for Joe Randall, 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. And, not saying he hasn't shown up the past couple of games, but he wasn't as good as he was in those first couple of games. And so for him to come out and have a big day, he had a couple of really big holes. The offensive line played so well all game, whether it was him or Jeremy Smith. It was just a great rushing attack. And yeah, it's been a while since a running back has scored 4 touchdowns in a game.
14 carries for Joe Randall, 138 yards, those 4 touchdowns, 1 comes through the air. But let's talk defense now for a second, because a lot of 3 and outs in the first half, and then you mentioned the 4 turnovers. This Cowboy defense gets talked about a lot in terms of, are they good enough? Well, are they good enough?
I mean, I think they just keep showing that they are. I mean, one of the best ways you can stop your opponent is by taking the ball away. And I think the biggest key in the game was when Brandon Whedon threw an interception in the end zone, and Missouri came and drove all the way down the field, got in the red zone, and it looked like they were maybe going to cut it to a 7-point game. And James Franklin fumbles the ball. OSU takes over, and that was pretty much the game. That was the last time Missouri really threatened to score until the game was pretty much out of hand. So when the defense needs to make a play, it does. And it's crazy to think about when, Missouri had some success running the ball, but they just seem to always make the play when they need it most.
Missouri gets 463 yards, and yet they lose by 3 touchdowns. From Columbia, Missouri, I'm Jenny Carlson here with Gina Mizell. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoman.
The Cowboys stay at home for the upcoming Baylor game. That game will be on ABC at 2:30 this Saturday afternoon.
Next, the Oklahoma City Ballet opens its 40th season with a family-friendly ballet.
And how a local woman is making a profit off her hobby. It's all coming up after the break.
Everyone gets excited on game day. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your sports news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, digital replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
If you're like me, you meet yourself coming and going. I need a way to stay informed that works with my lifestyle. That's what I get with digital delivery of the Oklahoman. It's fast and easy to use. I get all the news from the print edition, plus access to the past 7 days whenever, wherever I want. You can't beat it.
Your newspaper has evolved. Log on to thenewOklahoman.com to try digital delivery completely free for 15 days.
When you're as busy as I am, it's hard to keep up. Digital delivery of the Oklahoman keeps things simple.
Hey, welcome back to NewsOK TV alongside Angie Bruss. I'm Dave Morris. The Oklahoma City Ballet just opened its 40th season. And to kick it off, the company put on a very family-friendly production.
The same author of The Nutcracker wrote this sweet ballet. Well, it's been 40 years since the ballet began in Oklahoma City. Now with several new dancers, the Oklahoma City Ballet begins its 40th season with the Ballet Coppelia. Joining me today is Artistic Director Robert Mills. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. Tell us how the ballet started here.
Well, we are in our beginning our 40th anniversary season. The ballet was founded by one of the 5 Native American famous ballerinas from Oklahoma. Yvonne Choteau and her husband Miguel Tarakoff started the company 40 years ago. So it's a really exciting year for us. We're still around and better than ever.
Wow, that's fabulous. How cool. Now the current ballet is family friendly, right? Tell us about it.
Coppelia is a really fun story. It is from the same author that is the inspiration behind the Nutcracker. Oh. So it's, people love, and children and families love the Nutcracker. So this is a really fun story. It's about an eccentric doll maker who makes life-size dolls, and kind of the village Romeo per se. He becomes infatuated with one of the dolls from afar. His girlfriend becomes jealous. She decides to play a trick on him and dress up as the doll. Wow. So you can imagine kind of the fun that happens after that.
Bet.
So it's a really cute story, beautiful sets and costumes. And we have a Sunday matinee. We are doing a doll parade prior to the Sunday matinee at 1:30. And children can bring their dolls and watch the show with their doll. Oh. And we will be doing a drawing to win this American Girl doll.
I love it. And she's a little ballerina.
Yes, she's in a little ballet outfit we got especially for the occasion.
I love it. How fun, how fun. And is there significance to American Girl dolls?
Well, they're just really popular right now. I mean, I know I did a lot of traveling over the summer in Chicago and New York, and I saw the girls just walking down the streets with them, and they're just really popular right now.
How cool, how cool. Okay, so tell us when and where the ballet is.
Coppelia is October 22nd, 23rd. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Saturday night at 8 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Civic Center Music Hall. It's going to be a great show, and families will really enjoy it.
I love it. I love it. Very cool. Okay, so for more information, what's your website?
People can visit www.okcballet.com, and they can call 848-TOES. That's 848-8637 for tickets.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And Christmas is right around the corner, Dave. That means the Oklahoma City Ballet performs the Nutcracker December 9th through the 11th and December 16th through the 18th. Have you ever seen the Nutcracker?
Yes, many times.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just a holiday tradition.
I know.
And the Oklahoma City Ballet always does a nice job. And thanks to Robert for coming in. It's always great to catch up with him.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Which leads us to this next question. Angie, do you have a hobby? Perhaps
well,
it's ballet.
Not ballet.
No?
No, I used to. Growing up, I had hobbies, but not really anymore.
What if you could turn this alleged hobby into a business? Well, that's exactly what a local Edmond woman did.
As long as I can remember, I've loved horses. As a little girl, I used to pick 4-leaf clovers and wish for a horse. And so all my life I would be drawing horses. When I was 12, I got my first horse and never lost the passion for horses. And when I was pregnant, I ran into instructions how to build a rocking horse. So I built my own pattern from the instructions. The man I worked for gave me a saddle, so I built the horse to fit the saddle. And never intended to make another horse after that, but over the years, I wanted to try another style, another size, and I just started building different ones, and by word of mouth here and there I might sell one, but over time I tried enough different ones that my house was starting to get full, and I decided I'd been making them so long it was time to start a business. So that's how the business came about this year. Decided to open my doors and sell rocking horses.
So after watching that package, still no hobbies have come to mind of yours?
Well, unfortunately, my hobbies have never actually been something that I created, so I wouldn't be able to turn a profit from it,
Mine would be eating, and it's hard to turn a profit from that too.
I don't know. You could be a food reviewer.
I could. Dave, Kathy, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up, the Sugar-Free AllStars play a live set at the Oklahoma City Zoo. Find out how the Kindy Rock Band is ahead of its time, coming up on NewsOK TV.
That tiger in my backyard looks a whole lot like me. A lot like me.
Everyone has their morning routine. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your morning news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Looking for something to do on the go? Use wimgo.com on your mobile phone to find the best local events wherever you are. Get the most out of Oklahoma. Log on to wimgo.com on your phone.
It's all on Wimgo.
Need movie times on the go? Use wimgo.com on your mobile phone to get movie times for all the local theaters wherever you are. Get the most out of Oklahoma. Log on to wimgo.com on your phone.
It's all on Wimgo.
Well, thanks for staying with NewsOK TV. I'm Angie Bruss with Dave Morris. Now, the Oklahoman's George Lang and videographer Kyle Roberts produced a music video segment called Static on Tour. Recently, they caught up with the Sugar-Free AllStars for an exclusive live music set.
That's right, the Kindy Rock group were at the Oklahoma City Zoo to perform for children of all ages, including myself. They also talked about how the Kindy Rock industry has grown.
Every year, thousands of kids put on their Halloween costumes and flock to the Oklahoma City Zoo for Haunt the Zoo, a safe, family-friendly place to celebrate Halloween. And one of the most popular bands with this age group is the Sugar-Free AllStars, who in recent years have become one of the fastest rising bands in the Kindy Rock movement. This is Static at the Zoo.
Shit.
There's a lot of bands that have kind of, switched over lately. The Verve Pipe.
Great album.
Bare Naked Ladies just came out with one. And I mean, do you really think that it's kind of like coming to a critical mass where this movement is just blowing up?
It's kind of seeming that way, like just since 2007 when our very first Kindy album, I guess, came out, to now, it's just like there's a conference in Brooklyn called Kindy Fest, and each year when you go, there's like more and more and more and more. We just happen to fall into a niche, like a genre of music that nobody had done for kids before, kind of like the old school R&B funky kind of groove stuff. Sometimes people are like, well, how do you write a kid's song? It's like, well, you don't think about writing a kid's song. You just think about writing a song and just think about maybe the subject matter being applicable to a kid.
1, 2, 3, hit it! There's a tiger in my backyard, you might not believe it's true. But even though you cannot see him, it doesn't mean he can't see you. He's hiding in the bushes, yep, I'm about to go off. Gonna jump out and surprise you by letting out a roar. Look another time, tell me just what you see. That tiger in my backyard looks a whole lot a lot like me. Here come those tigers, y'all. Rawr. Where those tigers, y'all? Oh, that's scary, Dr. Rock. Dr. Rock, that was a very scary tiger you did right there. Thank you. All right, what's the next animal up, Dr. Rock? A monkey. Ooh. my favorite. There's a monkey in my kitchen. It might be hard to believe, but he's eating up all those bananas, y'all. We can't get him to leave. He's underneath the table, and then he's jumping on the chair. Then it doesn't matter where you look, that silly old monkey is everywhere. Look another time, tell me just what you see. That monkey in my kitchen looks a whole lot like me. Alright, y'all, a lot like me. I want to see where are all the monkeys. Here we go. Help me out, Dr. Rock. Where are the monkeys? Nice job. Hey, Dr. Rock. You feel like getting funky? Yeah. Because we're going to break it down, and you're going to get funky. All right. Here we go. Funky drummer. Come on, break it down. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, on the drums, the funkiest man north of the Red River and south of the Red River, Dr. Rock. And next up is the elephant. There's an elephant in my bedroom. Man, that sounds like crazy talk. But everything begins to rumble every time that elephant starts to walk. He's jumping out my toy box, and then he's jumping on my bed. He's gonna swing around that big old trunk, y'all, and bop you in the head. Look another time, tell me just what you see. Everybody get your elephant trunks ready. That elephant in my bedroom looks a whole lot like me. A lot like me. All right, everybody, where are all those elephants? Woo! You see those elephant trunks? Woo! Nice job. All right, Dr. Rock, you know what's happening now? What's that? We're getting close to the end of the song. And we're going to end it just like we started it. I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to have you help me. Yell, hit it! As loud as you can. Can you do that, Dr. Rock? I can do it. All right. And I bet we can get all you guys to help us out, too. You ready? Because we're coming up on it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, hit it!
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
That's right, kids. Tiger in my backyard. Kyle did a great job running around shooting tigers and other animals there at the zoo.
You were there as well.
Yeah, me and David Jones, we went there and produced it. And we heard Ghostbusters from Sugar-Free AllStars. They did a great job rocking that out. And of course, that song gets stuck in your mind after you hear it once.
I said, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If it comes through your door, unless you just want some more, well, I think you better call Ghostbusters! Bring it on down, here we go. Yo, Dr. Rock. Oh! Give me some of that funky Ghostbusters groove. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's one of the 3 videos that you can see from the Sugar-Free AllStars produced by Kyle. Static on tour. Check those out at static.newsok.com.
That's right. Now we have more from the zoo, how elephants are enjoying the Halloween holiday when we return.
Everyone gets excited on game day. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your sports news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, digital replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Everyone has their morning routine. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your morning news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Welcome back to NewsOK TV. I'm Asia Bruss with Dave Morris. This is our last segment of the show.
I'm excited.
Don't worry, though. We've got more. All right, Halloween is next week, and the Oklahoma City Zoo is already festive.
That's right. The annual Chomp and Stomp is something the elephants look forward to every year.
We're celebrating the start of our Haunt the Zoo season, and today our elephants, Asha, Chandra, and baby Maylee, got pumpkins. We're also preparing for what we call Chomp and Stomp, and the weekends throughout the rest of October, you can come out and see a variety of the animals get pumpkins in a variety of ways. So they're either toys or food that they might eat. So you see everything from the river otters playing with them to the grizzly bears eating and playing with them to the elephants, of course. Animals don't normally get pumpkins as a treat necessarily, so in October and November we offer that up as part of a fun thing for them. Of course, the elephants like to, you can see they enjoy playing with their food, which we highly encourage here at the zoo. That's part of the fun. It's part of what we call our enrichment program. Some of the animals, it's merely a vehicle for the food. You know, it might be a bowl with, well, bugs in it for the meerkats and things like that. But it's a lot of fun for people to see. It's no extra charge with regular zoo admission. And the schedule, if you want to find out which of your favorite animals are eating when, is at OKCZOO.com. And we call it Pumpkin Chomp and Stomp. It's really a great deal of fun for them. It's naturally enriching for them to have something new and unusual that they do that's introduced to them. So, and it's of course nutritious and delicious, and that's what we're all about here at the zoo, having fun and being healthy.
Looks tasty. Sort of.
Yeah.
Raw pumpkins?
I know.
Have you ever tried a raw pumpkin?
No, I'm not sure if I would want to.
Yeah, I like pumpkins. Pumpkin muffins, pumpkin bread, pumpkin spice coffee, all that stuff's good. Pumpkin pie is really good too.
Heck yeah, I love this time of year. It's awesome.
All right, that's all the time we have. Speaking of this time of year, for this edition of NewsOK TV, you can watch all these videos, plenty more, online at NewsOK.com.
And we will see you next week with all new videos.